everybody. Thank you so much for coming, first of all. It's my honor to welcome all of you. Really appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you to all our friends who are following us on our YouTube channel. My name is Alessio. For you don't know me, I work for UK Lebanon Tech Hub, and I'm the Accelerator Manager for the London office. And it's also me on doing the honor of welcoming all of you, basically because all the big guys are out of town. But we have, we send like credit to Colin, Marta, to our colleagues who are in Dubai today, presenting UK Lebanon Tech Hub to ArabNet. Basically, we're doing a roadshow across the planet. So today we are in London. Last week we were in New York. Again, we're part of the team is in Dubai as well. Essentially because you guys are everywhere. Like Lebanese diaspora spread across the planet. And one important thing to say is that it's been successful across the planet. And in every town, in every city that we visited, we found like examples of like incredible success. And I think it's time that we celebrate that. It's time that we talk about it a little bit more. And probably this is the first time that we gather all together, like the London tech communities, the Lebanese tech community in London. So please take time after the event to network, to mingle. You all have like incredible stories. You have very interesting stories. Startups who have raised funds recently. Startups who are launching in the next couple of weeks. Companies who are doing extremely well in lots of markets, and so it's time to celebrate this, and that's essentially it's your night, most of all. So we're going to talk a little bit about the UK Lebanon Tech Hub and what we want to do. But again, most of all, the night is about you. So with this, I also want to introduce you a little bit the rest of the team. So. The only Lebanese in the team at the moment today. Nawan Zaher, our marketing manager. Yaya Kao, who's helping on the accelerator here in London. Where is the rest of the team? Which is, yeah, exactly. That's what we do. Anna and Tina over there. I'm working on the capacity building, and each one of us is going to talk a little bit about the missions of UK Lebanon Tech Hub. And having said that, I'll leave the floor to Lama.
To me. Hello. Okay. Thank you, Alessio. Thank you for the introduction. I am Lama Zahid, and I'm the communications manager at the communications and marketing manager at the UK Lebanon Tech Hub in Beirut. So the UK Lebanon Tech Hub has an office in Beirut, but it has a mirroring office that will be launched pretty soon.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks, mirroring the activities that we do in Lebanon in London. So this is where the team here works. What I'm going to do, I will be really brief. I know everyone's standing up and want to add more drinks, so I'm going to be really brief. I'm just going to talk about what the Tech Hub is, how it started, and put some context into how it's linked to Circular 331 and the investment in the knowledge economy that's happening in Lebanon. So the UK Lebanon Tech Hub is an international initiative. It was kickstarted by the central bank in Lebanon under Circle 331 initiative and the British government through the British Embassy in Lebanon. So Circle 331 was introduced by the central bank in August 2013, and it was introduced to prompt banks to invest in tech companies in order to support the growth of the knowledge economy and to foster the knowledge economy in Lebanon. So this is the main aim. The purpose is to create jobs, to increase growth, economical and social growth, and to nurture the knowledge economy that was probably 5 years ago. If you look at it, no one was probably talking about it, and now it's a virgin market which everyone wants to be in, and Lebanon wants to grow it. So these are the main aims. And so the Tech Hub is part of this initiative, and what we're trying to offer is we're offering expertise, experience, and exposure to Lebanese tech companies in Lebanon to try and grow and develop this knowledge economy. And we're trying to foster a relationship between the UK and Lebanon, a relationship of mutual learning. So how are we doing this? Briefly, I'm going to go through the four main programs that the UK Lebanon Tech Hub implements, and my colleagues will elaborate. The first program is the Accelerator program, and this is the main program that you will hear about today, because Alessio, our Accelerator manager, will elaborate on what the Accelerator is trying to do and what it will achieve in the coming months. So it's the Accelerator program. It's an international accelerator program, and it's aiming at hastening the Lebanese tech companies that have potential to grow globally. Alessio, I'll leave that to you. The capacity build, we have a capacity building program, and it's a program for every Lebanese company or individual who is involved in tech in Lebanon. And we are working on developing the tech cluster in Lebanon. So we're not only working with entrepreneurs, we're working with investment institutions, we're working with educational institutions and with support platforms as well. We are trying to work with the ecosystem in general rather than just focusing on one specific part of the ecosystem. Nonetheless, entrepreneurs will be the main focus, but we will be working on the ecosystem as a total. And Anna, my colleague, will elaborate on that in a bit. Part of the capacity building program is the signposting service. The signposting service is a service to open up the global markets to the Lebanese. So that any assistance that any person or company would need in Lebanon, we would like to look at and see how we can help. So it's about linking them up to the global market, see how we can create synergies between UK and Lebanon, and what kind of consultancies and expertise and exposure that we can give them depending on their demand. So this is an online service that we will be receiving requests and looking at how we can help, was it from Lebanon or internationally. Third program is the outreach program, and it's about identifying the gaps in the ecosystem that probably we haven't covered in our Accelerator and capacity building program. It's about looking at you. So it's about the diaspora network. How we have all this talent all around the world. How are you gonna work for the knowledge economy of Lebanon and for the Lebanon that we've always talked about? And how are we gonna collectively get this talent to contribute to what we're trying to do? So this is one part of the outreach program. We want you to be involved, but we're also looking at the future entrepreneurs in our outreach program. This is about sustainability. So if you work on the current entrepreneurs, we need to work on the future entrepreneurs. So universities and schools, we need to get them interested in what's happening. We need to look at schools, get the students interested and the parents interested, but we also need to look at universities to see if they have the right programs for these kids who are coming out of school. And the final program is the communications and marketing program. We're trying to build the brand of Lebanon as a global contributor for the knowledge and knowledge economy globally. So we will be working on promoting the UK Lebanon Tech Hub in order to promote Lebanon, but we will also be promoting every single Lebanese company, Lebanese tech company in Lebanon that we will be working with or not working with. We want to promote the talents that are already there in our ecosystem. Nutshell. That's it for me. We're just going to see a short video about which we did during our launch last month, which looks at the ecosystem in general and the knowledge economy and how the Tech Hub fits into that. Yeah, sorry.
Too often in the West, you hear this idea of Lebanon as a country stuck somehow in the 70s and 80s. The image is of the Civil War, the idea that this is a country on its knees. And that is far, far removed from Lebanon that I've come to know. This is actually a country of extraordinary hope and talent and resilience. And its great quality is its people. These are people who go to speak between languages, who can operate on any continent, and who are just brilliant with creativity and ideas. The sector of knowledge economy
is a sector that has potential, and this is due to the quality of the human resources that we have in our country.
Central Bank Circular 51 made available $400 million in equity financing to startups operating in the knowledge economy. The most important aspect for us is that the company should offer new technologies and innovation and should be based in Lebanon.
The UK Lebanon Tech Hub is an international initiative kickstarted jointly by the Lebanese Central Bank and the UK government to offer British expertise, exposure, and experience to Lebanese entrepreneurs looking to go international. The Tech Hub offers four main services: an accelerator program that will take top 15 Lebanese technology companies worldwide, a capacity building program, an outreach program to enhance Lebanese entrepreneurs' outreach to the world, and a marketing platform for their businesses.
We are the key that can unlock London for an overseas business. So we can help any company from Lebanon understand what's here, who they need to talk to, what they need to be thinking about, and how to use London to broaden their global footprint, win more customers, succeed, and make a name for themselves on a global platform.
The potential is huge. And when I was in the ministry, I saw so many companies that made it internationally or regionally, ranging from software, hardware, applications, robotics, services, and they were all really of international standard.
Lebanon was downloaded 10 million times on both App Store and the Play Store. This is our flagship, but we also have launched other products.
We went on in 2010. We exited to Japan, which is the leader in online recipes globally, and now we joined the international team working on growing India in the region and to back to the international team.
Cinemas is a video-on-demand premium destination distributing feature films, documentaries, original content, TV series, primarily to the region and the world.
I started my company in 1996 in Los Angeles. I sold it in 2005 for over $500 million. And then I decided to go to Lebanon. Why Lebanon? Well, you have the opportunity. There has to be people out here who have the entrepreneurial spirit and the knowledge to make big companies.
Circular 51 is ideal to reverse Lebanon's brain drain.
You're growing your global economy, you're creating employment, and you're creating value in the economy. So it's not just creating jobs, but creating jobs that are working more.
Now is the right time for people to be here, to be running a business in Beirut, on their back end in Beirut and their front end internationally.
We want to create companies that will produce eminent and standard bearers in the global ICT sector that will say, look, Lebanon's here and we have something to offer.
And now? Yes. She was pretty cool, actually.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was my turn to speak. Hello, welcome everybody. It's great to see you all here. So, Lama alluded to the capacity building program that I am in charge of. So, a few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of going up to Lebanon, to Beirut, with a colleague of mine, Greg, about there, and we did training needs analysis out there. So we met with the entire ecosystem, or the representatives of the entire ecosystem in Lebanon. So we spoke with the banks, with the VC community, we met with the universities, we saw some of the fantastic businesses that are out there, and the idea, and also the business support community there as well. And we're conducting a number of workshops whereby we're trying to understand what it is that they need in terms of their support and help from us, from UK or from the rest of the world. We gathered some brilliant intelligence, and at the moment we are in the process of building a range of training sessions as well as some workshops. So we're building a capability and capacity building program, so to target each individual of those different players within the ecosystem. So to give you an example, we're hoping to be working with Oxford Innovation, with Steve and his team back there. We're also going to be working with some of the VC communities in London. So the first workshop is going to be taking place in Beirut at the end of June, 26th of June. It's going to be happening whereby a prominent VC from the UK is going to be travelling out there, and we will be delivering a workshop speaking to the community banking and VC community in Beirut, presenting some of the best practice here in the UK and the rest of the world, and also helping them grow their network, so connecting them to the rest of the world. So we're trying to organise our capacity building program under 3 pillars. So the first one is going to be what we call an academy, and it will all be around training courses and workshops that we will be developing and then delivering to different individuals or different organisations within the ecosystem. The second one is going to be it's going to be around the thought leadership and some of the tech talks. So it's going to be KL Data Perspective series. And then the last one is Friends of UKLTH, and it's all about the diaspora. So, we are trying to, as Lama and Alessio have already said, we're trying to reach out to as many of you as possible and make sure that you have a meaningful involvement in this program, and you benefit from it as much as Lebanon and the ecosystem there. If you would like to hear more about the capacity building program or would like to be involved, I'm going to be around, so please do come up and speak to me. And thank you very much, and welcome again.
Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about the accelerator. And the accelerator is very important because this week is the last week to apply for it. But it's not the only activity that we do inside the UK Lebanon Tech Hub. In particular, the accelerator is, as you know, like most of you come from the startup world, so you know what an accelerator is to provide training, mentorship, and in the end, seed funding for a company, and that to scale pretty much to go from the stage of an idea to the reality of business. We are going to articulate it over 2 phases. So in phases 1, the accelerator, the companies that we're selecting at the moment, will spend 4 months in Beirut, receiving training, and training will be provided by Babson, which, as you might know, is #1 business school in the world for entrepreneurship. I don't say that, it's like a financial times in that, so you can trust that. The second phase is we further select 15 companies, and we bring them for 6 months to London, and we help them to go global. As you know, lots of companies in the region, in the Middle East and Northern Africa, in the MENA region, tend to think regionally. We want to give them the possibility to come to London and use London as a launchpad to enter other markets and to think globally from here. So to increase the ambition. That's in a nutshell what we're going to do. I mean, along the way, they're going to get also like $30,000 of seed funding, which is not bad, but that's not the most important part. The most important part is the training, the mentorship, the fact we're going to showcase Lebanese talents across the world. That is the core of the program. So 4 months in Beirut, 6 months in Lebanon. Might add a little bit of a personal information to this. As you might tell from my accent, I'm Italian. And what has got to do with it? Essentially, when I went to Beirut for the first time, I realized that I felt at home somehow. in a sense that we all, I mean, for all Lebanese people in the room, we all understand the creative chaos that we have as Mediterranean nations, the creative melting pot that we have in our country. So I felt at home there, and we suffered, like both our countries suffered from a similar Malaysia would say that brain drain. We keep sending our best talents out abroad, overseas. And it's time, with this accelerator, it's time to reverse this. It's time to change this. Maybe it's just a seed. 45 startups are not going to change the economy overnight, no, but it's a seed. Those 45 startups are going to be the lighthouse to inspire the students that Lama was talking about, to inspire the students at school and universities. And we're going to tell, these startups are going to tell students, we made it here, you can make it too. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is what the accelerator is about, is to provide an example and to say, we made it, you can make it too. And obviously, we want companies from not just from the region, but from all over the world to come to Lebanon and do business there, because it is there's an amazing pool of talent, and it's time, as I was saying before, it's time to celebrate that. It's time to say it loud. Thank you so much for attention. We're going to show like a little bit of a video on the accelerator as well. Thank you for keeping the attention so far, and just on the accelerator. And if you have any questions later, we're here all night, and thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a great business idea. You have a small company or even an established one. You have what it takes to become a global business. Lebanon is now your best launching pad and springboard to London and to the world. Tech Hub is supporting 45 businesses that have what it takes to compete globally. You'll go through an intensive growth acceleration program prepared by the world's leading entrepreneurship experts to scale, grow, and expand your business. We will then select 15 businesses that are ready to compete globally to go through an international program in the UK. We will help you open doors, find talent, and develop overseas partnerships tailored specifically to your needs. With Lebanon as your base of operations and the UK as your window to global markets, the program will offer you access to the supply chains, business development channels, and investment networks to have a global footprint. It's simple. All you have to do is sign up to our website and fill in the application form and set yourself up for global success. Think big. Right now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right. Do you have any questions on what our plans are? Is it clear what we want to do? What our mission is? And if any, I already heard that someone wants to apply. As I was saying last week, we were in New York, and we got like lots of applicants from there. We expect to get many from Dubai this week as well. But yeah, any questions? More than welcome. Yes.
I have a question. So the companies are supposed to start 4-month mentoring or coaching in Beirut, and then 6 months in London.
Yes.
And then after that, they go back to Beirut.
So it's actually.
What is exactly the added value of coming to London? What is it that you propose to the companies?
Oh, thank you. So it's basically the first selection that's happening now.
Yeah.
So the competition was open from the 1st of May to the 31st of May.
Yeah.
In this competition, we are selecting the 45 startups that will go to Beirut for the 4 months. Training is provided, actually it's not like ongoing training, it's like every weekend. So Friday and Saturday. It's typical accelerator model. So you train over the weekend, you apply during the week, you revise the week after. And those are the 4 months. So from mid of June, from the 12th of June to mid of September. That's the plan. After that, there's another selection. So 45 startups, only 15 will be sent to London, and only 15 will get the seed funding. So there's another step of internal selection. The benefit of sending founders to London is, as usual, you need to plug in into the ecosystem. You need to be in the space to understand where the resources are. and use them when you come back. So use the resources to your advantage when you come back. So in those 6 months in London, those 6 months will be all about internationalization. So the first 4 months, yes, scaling, but then in the 6 months in London, we're going to help them to go to enter into other markets. So that's why London can be used as a launchpad. I mean, the colleagues in UKTI and in London Partners know very well the resources that we can put on the table. Oh, thank you. Hey, we've got a witness, testimonials. So there are resources available from UKTI, from London Partners, from other organizations that we can put on the table for companies who come here, use London for expand growth. And then, again, once they learn, they understand where the resources are in the ecosystem, they can use these when they come back. To Beirut. In fact, for example, we're talking with entrepreneurs in the US last week, and they were like, we had our entrepreneurial journey in the US, yes, but now we want to go back and share what we learned with young entrepreneurs there. So it's pretty much more or less the same idea. I'm not sure if I answered that. Okay.
So the idea is after the 6 months, they can go back from Beirut and they operate from Beirut.
Yes, because the program is funded by the Central Bank of Lebanon. So number one premise is obviously to set up a legal entity in Beirut, yes, Lebanon.
But this is the technology sector, so we keep on saying this. This is the technology sector, and everything's digital. You're not bound to you're not staying in one place and working in one place. The one condition is to have we're trying to grow the economy in general, so you have to open shop in Lebanon. But that doesn't mean that you're stuck in Lebanon and you're working from Lebanon. You're working from all around the world, but you're bringing the growth to Lebanon. That's the main idea.
Yeah. And you can open subsidiaries anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You can open subsidiaries. Obviously, you're free to open subsidiaries anywhere.
It's just a point of clarity, we'll get confused. So you're looking at people in Dubai and over here to go to start business in Lebanon. So you're not looking for people within Lebanon already.
Both, actually. So thank you for that. So I will expect in this first promotion, this is just the first cohort that we're running. In this first promotion, majority of the companies will come from young entrepreneurs already in Lebanon. We're also reaching out to the diaspora because the diaspora is fundamental. As I was saying before, like you guys have conquered the world several times over. It's unbelievable. Like wherever we go, we find some Lebanese in some position of leadership somewhere, and it's unbelievable. So it is important to reach out to the diaspora. Obviously, I don't expect a company that's based in the US to move overnight. No, but we encourage them to open an entity in Lebanon and to create jobs there. That's one of the things we have. So it's in a sense it's reconnecting and telling them, yes, you like a Lebanese national that has created this company anywhere in the world, in Brazil, in the US, Canada, in France, in the Gulf. We encourage them to think of the mother nation as a source of talent as well, so that they can hire people there as well.
If I understand correctly from what you said, is that you're targeting only companies which are at the seed level, nothing that is more advanced in development stage, Series A stage, only seed and like an idea and the few founders.
Yeah, actually, this is the other way around. It's a problem we have with using the word accelerator, because accelerator people think automatically of seed of startups, and it's actually the program is designed by Babson, and the design is modeled after a program from Goldman Sachs called the 10,000 Small Businesses. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. As the name says, it's a program designed for small businesses. So effectively, the majority of companies we are looking for are companies which have a product, a sales force in place, are selling ready, have are ready to go on market, pretty much. Are pre-revenue, but maybe with capital raised already. That can be in the case of some companies here in the room. However, obviously, we are happy to welcome ideas. We welcome like new projects. If there are outstanding ideas, outstanding projects, we will look at that as well. But in general, most of the program is actually geared towards SMEs. Let's say, I mean, let's not call it SME is kind of difficult definition. Let's say instead of startups, we look for scale-ups, and that's probably clear. So companies who are ready to scale the product or selling and ready to scale to the next level. That's the idea. Yeah. Other questions? Yes.
Where did the startups move to in London after Beirut? Where did the startups move to in London after Beirut? So is it like a local branch of UK Lebanon Tech Hub, or is it an already existing accelerator?
You mean like after they move?
After the 4 months.
After 4 months in Beirut, yeah, they will move here for 6 months.
Under the same, like with the same
Under the same.
advisors, with the same mentors.
No. So 4 months in Beirut, they get training from us. 6 months here, they will get another type of resource, like not an academic training. It's more a business training. Like it's more a resource training, and it's more an international program rather than a training one. That's the idea. Okay. So no, really appreciate all the questions so far. Thank you so much for the attention. We welcome you guys to mingle because to network a little bit, because there's lots of interesting companies in the room, at least lots of interesting academic partners in the room. And actually, as I said, it's the first time that we have the Lebanese tech community in London getting together, and obviously, hopefully, next event will be even bigger. We're going to have another event on the 16th of June during London Tech Week, when we open the offices. We're going to open an office at WeWork in close to Liverpool Station in a couple of weeks. So yeah, thank you so much. And as I say, if you have any other doubts, questions, we're all here. The team is here. So
and there's some food.
Right? Oh yeah.
I think it's outside. Thank you.
Thank you so much.